have PCOS and is it your dream to get pregnant? Do you also want to get to the root cause of your fertility struggles and turn those around? Do you see pregnancy in your future, but honestly, you're a little worried if you were to get pregnant right now because your hormones are all over the place and you really want to take that time to optimize your health, optimize your fertility so then you are set up for a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby. If that is you, then you are in exactly the right place. Welcome to the PCOS Fertility Health Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Angela Potter. I am a functional medicine PCOS fertility doctor, and I create individualized PCOS fertility plans for women like yourself and help you get to the root cause of what's keeping you from getting pregnant, what's keeping you stuck, to help you turn those around so that you have the best chance at getting pregnant with PCOS. I am also the creator of the PCOS Fertility Protocol, and right now you are in a 3-part series here on this podcast that's covering Detox, which is one step in my PCOS fertility protocol. Detox is a really important step for PCOS and fertility to help get those hormones back into regular rhythm and to set the body up for optimal fertility. So that's why I've created this 3-part series. Last week, you learned about what is a detox. You learned about what symptoms that you might be experiencing in your body that says, hey, your body is ready for a detox. You learned about the benefits of detox for fertility, and you learned what a lot of women say when they're finished going through a detox and what kinds of symptoms turn around for them just in that 1-month process. Today, you are going to learn about the different types of detox because there is not a one-size-fits-all approach for everyone. And this is a topic that I talk about with every single one of my clients. Usually it's on that first time that we're meeting. We are talking about your timeline to pregnancy, and we're talking about that mixed with the symptoms that you're having based on your medical history and all of this. Then I advise what I see best after my years of working with patients. And we talk about what kind of detox support is really important for the body at that time. So we're going to talk about in today's episode what types of detox that are available to you to support fertility and hormones and PCOS. If you want to support this podcast, you can leave a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts, or you can follow me over on Instagram at Dr. Angela Potter. Let's talk about detox and these different types of detox. The number one thing that I want you to walk away from this episode with is the fact that there are different ways to support your body to enhance the detox process. As I mentioned, detox is one step in my PCOS fertility protocol. I am talking about it with every single one of my clients, but the level of detox support that I give them is different. The number one most important thing to consider is your timeline to pregnancy. Now, I will say 9 times out of 10, the women that I am working with are saying, yep, I am willing to put my baby making on hold for at least 6 months, if not a year. I really want to work on my body, get my hormones balanced, my cycles regulated before I start trying to conceive. And so for people who are in that situation, who are super comfortable giving their bodies at least 6 months, I put them on the highest level of detox. And what this entails is it's a 1-month process. It involves an anti-inflammatory diet and a detox supplement that is full of nutrients that is supporting both the phase 1 and phase 2 detox pathways. And it also includes a fiber supplement because you want to be sure that you don't get constipated and that you stay really regular during a detox, because that's one of the most important ways that your body gets toxins out of the body. The benefit of this type of high-level detox is that you're going for it, right? You're getting it done in this 1-month period. Yes, it takes some planning, but it's a really powerful way to flood the body with nutrients, activate these toxins that have been in the cells, and get them out of the body because we're activating both phase one, which is moving the toxins out of the cells, and phase two, which is moving the toxins out of the body. This is really great to start with because it's easier to start with as opposed to getting 6 months into your fertility process where we're working on hormones and supporting the body and getting to a point 6 months ahead of now and being like, well, honestly, we're not seeing these things change in your body. A detox at this point is really the next step. And you're already 6 months forward in this process. So it's really good to start with detox just right away because when we're enhancing the body's ability to detox, that can be a process. And we want to get that started right away. And the nutrients that we use to support detox also helps with fertility, helps with hormones. And we want to be getting those toxins out of the body that we know have been researched that hinder fertility rates, that reduce fertility rates and reduce egg quality. So we're always talking in that first session about what's your timeline, and if it's 6 months or more, this is what this can look like. And if it's less than 6 months, then we talk about what the options are for that. The benefit of having an anti-inflammatory diet as a part of this detox is because after the 1 month, you go through a food reintroduction phase. So the foods that you have avoided, you then reintroduce into your diet one by one to then see how the body reacts to those foods. And that is the gold standard way to see if you have a food sensitivity. It's not food sensitivity testing, it's not stool testing, it's not blood testing. When we're looking for IgG food sensitivities, this is not a way to check for IgE food allergies. Just want to put that note in there. But for food sensitivities, doing an elimination diet and seeing how your body reacts when you're adding the foods back into your diet, gold standard to figure out if you're reacting to any one of those foods. I will also mention this to you. I tell this to every single one of my patients and clients when we are getting started on an anti-inflammatory diet, is that if you react to a food at the end of this process during the reintroduction period, say your skin breaks out when you start drinking dairy, that's a valuable piece of information that we know. And we know at that point that that dairy is creating inflammation in the body. So it's important to continue avoiding it for some time. But it's not that the dairy is bad. It's not the food. It's about your digestion and your gut health. We say, all right, we've got that information. And then we work on improving your gut health, figuring out what is going on, why it's reacting to dairy like that, and support gut health, and then get to a point where you're able to drink dairy again or eat yogurt or whatever food it was that you were reacting to. But it has less to do with the actual food and more to do with your gut health. And again, I will make this clear that that is for food sensitivities, not for something like celiac disease, where you actually have an autoimmune condition against the proteins in gluten. In that situation, you're going to need to avoid gluten. But I'm talking about food sensitivities here. So doing this kind of high-level detox is really beneficial because one, you just get it done. Two, it's going to walk you through that anti-inflammatory diet, that elimination diet, to understand if you have any food sensitivities. Three, it's going to flood your body with nutrients that support egg quality and support mitochondrial health on top of helping to get toxins moved out of the body. And four is that it helps to create this foundation of health in the body. Like I mentioned in last week's episode, I hear from women who are saying, I don't get headaches anymore. I started my period naturally after not having one for 4 months. I'm sleeping through the night. I'm waking up feeling refreshed. I'm not as irritable anymore. I'm not having those mood swings. There's so many other symptoms that improve, which are a sign that your fertility fertility is improving. Because remember, fertility is whole body health. So when you're seeing different symptoms improving, that means that underneath the surface, we're working on those systems that are supporting fertility as well. So lots of benefits there. Now, for somebody who is coming to work with me who doesn't want to do that kind of level of detox or has a shorter timeline, is really like, I'm not willing to put those 6 months aside, because you really want to be avoiding trying to get pregnant in those 6 months once you start the detox. And the reason for that is because we are processing so many toxins through the body that can impact egg quality. It's really recommended when you're doing this kind of level of a detox to wait at least 6 months. You really want to be focusing on optimizing your health and have that mentality of, this is time that I am putting into my fertility to focus on my health first, and then in a few months, I will be ready to start trying to conceive again. So for somebody who says, no, I can't do that, I can't put aside those 6 months, I totally understand. There are many different reasons why you would make certain decisions in your fertility process. I absolutely support you if you're in that situation. And in that place, we still want to be enhancing the body's detox pathways, but we do it differently. We don't go quite as intense into the process right away. What I do in those situations is to support the body's natural, emunctories, natural detox pathways. We have 5 emunctories, and we just set up a plan that helps your body to improve those detox pathways. And so you're moving toxins through the body and also nourishing the body to help support that natural detox pathway and also your fertility, but just not at the level of what we do in that more intense 1 month detox. An anti-inflammatory elimination diet can absolutely be a part of this type of detox. And I was a nutritionist before becoming a doctor, so food and nutrition is always a part of the plans that I'm putting together for my clients. Those are basically the 2 different types of detox that I am getting people started on when they start working with me, because we're needing to enhance the body's liver and get those toxins through the body to help support hormone balance, to help support egg quality. Then we have a whole session where we are evaluating what your house has. What kind of toxins does your house have? And I have resources, lists to walk through the house, go into certain rooms, look for certain things around the house that could be contributing to poor air quality, to you being exposed to certain toxins like phthalates and BPA that can be reducing your egg quality, keeping your fertility low. And then we talk about how those can be switched out. We talk a lot about plastics in the kitchen. If you're using plastic containers for, say, dried pasta or dried oatmeal, that's going to be a really low exposure than using plastics for hot foods as a leftover food container. We talk about those different levels of exposure and how to be making these switches so that you have a lower exposure to toxins. Remember that the body is a bucket when we're talking about toxins. And we want to keep that exposure to toxins low so that your bucket does not get overflowing. You have certain things in your control, like what's in your house. We keep that exposure low because when you're at the grocery store or when you're at work, you are not in control of what kind of scents are out there or what kind of exposure that you have to certain toxins. So we talk about those toxins that you're in control of and how to turn that around. Here's what to walk away with from today's episode. Number 1, detox is a beneficial part of a successful PCOS fertility plan. Number 2, detox can look different for you versus your friend versus my other clients. There are a variety of ways to support the detox process in the body. If you need to know what kind of detox is best for your specific fertility journey, then book a free PCOS Fertility Breakthrough Session with me. This is a call where you and I are going to talk about what's going on with your fertility journey, what's been keeping you stuck, what are these missing links, and then I'll help you figure out if detox is a right part of your fertility journey. And I'll share with you how my PCOS fertility protocol can help turn around your fertility to help get you to a place where you have the best chance of getting pregnant with PCOS. You can sign up for one of those at drangelapotter.com/PCOS. And as a reminder, as we wrap up here today, that this information is just that. It's information, and it should not replace the current advice that you're getting from your doctor. If nobody else has told you this today, I want to be the one to tell you that I believe in you, and I believe in your ability to get to that root cause of what's keeping your fertility stuck and to turn that around so that you have the best chance at getting pregnant with PCOS. I'll see you right back here for part 3 next Wednesday.